In fulfilling purpose, I feel like a lot of persons think it's just the destination, but the truth is, it's more about the journey. It's more about the process than it is even about the destination. Yes, beautiful. You have to set goals, you have to smash these goals, and you have to, ensure that you get there in life. All these things are beautiful. But people fail to understand that aside hitting those goals, you're going to face a lot of challenges. You're going to face a lot of obstacles, hurdles in the way. And many a times, of course, all the time, most people tend to see just the results. They tend to just see the end result. But they fail to understand that beyond this end result that is here is a log of accomplishments coming through the entire process. And these accomplishments did not just come as a result of boom, it's here. You close your eyes, you wake up, and here the results are. It's not necessarily that way. The truth is that people go through a whole lot of fears, a whole lot of failures, a whole lot of this and that, rise and falls, highs and lows. But somehow there is that resilience to keep going. There's that perseverance to keep moving. And then bingo, the result is here and everyone is applauding. Yay, yay. But no one really sees the behind the scenes. Yes, I'll call it behind the scenes. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the challenges I've faced while trying to fulfill my purpose in life. My name is Miriam. I am a very passionate Nigerian who is very much passionate about helping young people discover their purpose and live a fulfilling life. I'm going to be sharing the challenges that I've faced while trying to discover my purpose and fulfill it as well. Please stay to the end. I'm so sure that you're going to get something out of this video. I'm a multi-passionate person, and people consider this as a beautiful thing. People think that as a multi-passionate person that you would have an edge over every other person. You are so amazing. You're that kind of person you look at and you're like, wow, she's a lot. She's doing this and that and that and that. And it always looks like that spotlight thing because it looks like you're doing so much, but a lot of struggle. Because somehow if you just have one talent, it's easy for you to just focus on this one talent, build on it, master it, right? But as a multi-passionate person, one of the struggles you can face is that you don't even know where to start from sometimes. It's like you're everywhere. Today it feels like this, tomorrow it feels like this. So sometimes you can get into that hurdle of confusion because you're confused, you're stressed out, you're burnt out with trying to do so many things. You could fall into the trap of being a jack of all trades and a master of none. So that's the downside of being multi-passionate. Being multi-passionate is not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing if you learn how to master the skills, the talents, the gifts that you have. But sometimes it can be a struggle if you haven't really mastered anything. You're just everywhere. You can get burnt out. You can get tired. So I think in my own journey, I love to write. I love to, speak. I have a couple of things I'm just doing. I have an organization that I'm running. I have a business that I'm running. I am actually attending school. I'm passionate about coaching. I'm passionate about helping people become the best version of themselves. I'm passionate about singing, music. So there are a lot of things I love to do, and it led me to being really confused sometimes and really tired, because I'm like, where do I even start? What do I even focus on now? Why are there just so many things to do, but I haven't really found that one thing to hold on to? So how can you deal with this? The best thing to do as a multi-passionate person is, number one, explore. You just have to go through it. You have to go through that entire trying to figure it out. It's part of it. Just, keep going, keep going. It's beautiful that you're young, so there's nothing wrong with exploring. But then it's also important that you learn how to specify. You learn how to find a niche, find that one thing you can do, get good at it, master that one thing, and from there you can branch out to other things. It's just like a tree. Yeah, like the tree behind me with many branches, right? So just gain mastery in that one thing, and then from there you can branch out. Yes. So number two, I think the second challenge I've faced in trying to fulfill my purpose, fears. I've had fears, and you're most likely to be afraid. But I think that I learned pretty early that being afraid does not really change a thing. It's normal to be afraid. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is doing it afraid. And ever since I learned this, that I don't necessarily have to be fear proof. However, I need to do it afraid. I need to do it even if I'm afraid. It has really helped me. Perfectionism causes it sometimes. Sometimes I really want to get it perfect. Sometimes I'm asking a lot of questions like, do I need to be this particular kind of way before I call myself a life coach? As a man, you'll be wondering, do you have to grow the long beard, with your huge cap, and you're looking like it before people can call you whatever it is that you're doing? So in that case of wanting to get things perfect before starting can really cause one to procrastinate. It can cause one to just keep on delaying action. So how do you deal with this? The way to deal with it is just get started. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. And no one is saying you should not be competent before you start. No, but you can never really be perfect at something until you try. You can never really be perfect at something until you try. And truthfully, practice makes perfect. A third challenge would be overanalyzing things, overthinking. So this particular time came, I think it was a new year. I planned out a whole lot that I needed to do. Like, I had an entire plan. I took out days planning that I got too exhausted to even execute the plans that I had laid out there. So I feel some of us are like this too. We want to come to a point where we have everything planned out. We have everything perfectly planned out. And while planning, sometimes you tend to get burnt out. And just because of that way you feel, it's hard for you to execute the necessary plans that you've even put down. And that's a very big hurdle. How do you deal with such things? How do you balance between planning and ensuring that you also execute while you plan? Well, I feel I dealt with this by doing a reflection. I had to reflect. I had to ask myself, why didn't these plans come true? Why did I have to put in so much? And at the end of the day, the motivation wasn't really there, as it were. Well, I've come to understand something. There's something about commitment that is really important. Commitment, discipline plays a great role when it comes to fulfilling purpose, more than your motivation. Because truthfully, there are times when you will not feel like it. There are times when it's crazy. You're down. So what's going to keep you going is that however you feel, no matter how you feel, notwithstanding standing, you're still going to execute that plan no matter what. You're not going to, allow your current feeling to determine your action plan. A lot of times we attach how we feel. We say, oh, I don't feel like it. What really matters to people is that you are putting out something out there. What really matters is that you're impacting lives. What really matters is the results. And then on the other side, right? So no one is seeing the behind the scenes. No one is seeing that you're tired. No one is seeing that you're burnt out. When it comes to consistency, you have to put it out there. You have to just keep pushing. You have to keep pushing, having it in mind that you have lives to impact. There's no time for you to give excuses. Excuses don't really matter when it comes to fulfilling purpose, because at the end of the day, what's going to count is the result you have out there. So stop overthinking things, stop overanalyzing it, and just get started. That's just it. Just get started and watch things unfold. The problem is that we want things to unfold first, but clarity does not come when we fold our arms waiting for life to make sense. Clarity comes in the doing. So it's when you get started, when you start doing things, over time things become clear. And I feel like I've really gained more clarity in the doing than even in the talking. Writing down is beautiful, planning is beautiful, but execution while you plan matters as much. Finally, another challenge you're most likely going to face is a challenge of your self-discipline. Some of us deal with procrastination, laziness. Now, this is your character. You really need to work on yourself. It's very easy to say it. It's very easy to come out there and say, don't do this, don't do that. But you need to first of all ensure that whatever you're telling people to do, you're also doing it yourself. It's easy to fall into that, hurdle. It's so easy to fall into that place where you're the one dictating things. You're the one saying, okay, do it this way, do it that way. But it's also important. That's why constant reviews is very important. Constant reflections. You need to constantly reflect, review, evaluate. If it's possible, do it every week, because I do my constant evaluations every week or every 2 weeks. I sit down and ask myself, where am I not getting it right? What can I do better? What didn't I do well yesterday? What didn't I do well the other day? How can I improve in this aspect of my life? Because somehow there is a positivity that exudes when you get it right. When you are getting it right, you need to get it right, because somehow it's going to show. Your lack of commitment will show. You can't hide it forever. Your procrastination will show. Your laziness will show. It will show in your results. So if you must see the right results, you must see a beautiful result from your purpose fulfillment, what do you do in your behind the scenes? Get back to your drawing board. Ask yourself these questions. How can I work on myself? How can I be more disciplined? How can I work on myself? You need to work on yourself. You need to be very intentional. This is where a lot of people struggle. There's just that struggle of, oh God, I don't want to get up from bed early today. I'm tired. But it takes a lot of intentionality to, work on these aspects of our lives. So basically, these are the challenges that I have faced. These are some of the challenges I have faced, and I'm really glad that I'm still working on these aspects. I won't tell you that I'm an expert, I'm perfect. Definitely not. But the beautiful thing is that there is progress. Every single day there is progress. Through progress, we get to perfection, right? We aim perfection while we are working on ourselves daily. And that is what matters most, that you are progressing. You may not be perfect now, you may not have it all figured out now, but just ensure that you're working on yourself every day, and definitely everything is going to align, everything is going to make sense very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. I mean, if you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe to get more content like this, and share your comments. What are the struggles you're facing? I could deal with it in my comment videos. What are the struggles you're facing in fulfilling or discovering your life purpose? Like, comment, share, and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified when I post new videos like this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.